Reborn. Let's talk about Hitman Reborn and its anniversary of the anime that is coming up soon. Obviously, you guys know it's your boy Reborn. I love Hitman Reborn, man. I love Hitman Reborn. I'm so excited that we're getting this, animated project. But in this video, we are going to be discussing what we think the project is going to be. And yeah, first things first, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be a full remake. I think they actually went out and confirmed it. Obviously, a full remake would be the best case scenario because, Hitman Reborn, I love the anime, but it does have some, pacing issues. The animation isn't the best, especially compared to modern animes. And also, it's just, it could use some touching up. Like, to be honest, I, I don't want to bash the anime because I don't think the adaptation is horrible, but it's, it has room for improvement, right? But we obviously know it's not going to be a full remake, sadly, which I think personally a full remake would have made sense. I think, does anybody disagree with me on that? And then obviously there is another option, which is an OVA. Now, I don't know if they would do this much marketing for an OVA. We saw Yu Yu Hakusho, for example, got an OVA not that long ago, and I don't remember there being, any significant marketing. I'm trying to think to myself now, and it's do they really market, OVAs that heavily? I don't really think so. And I don't see the value in doing, I just don't see all the value in doing all of this marketing just for, an OVA. It could be about, seeing the gang, of course, after the events of, I guess, the manga, because obviously the anime was never completed, so maybe we see what everybody is up to. That's usually what those OVAs are, post, anime adaptation. We'll see, everybody link up and come to go against a common foe, and that, I guess, could be the OVA, but I don't know if people would care for that. Oh, yeah, also, by the way, I'm pretty sure we're going to get the answer to this in March. I'm pretty sure they're going to have, I forgot what the event was called, but I remember seeing an event, basically, and Hitman Reborn was going to be there. So I assume that's where they're going to announce the news, because they've been doing a lot of teasing, so I would have to imagine that we're going to find out what all of this is about soon. But yeah, next up, the next possibility is a movie. Now, a movie is actually a lot more plausible, and let me explain where I'm going with this, right? So I actually think movies is the answer, or is a possibility, because we have seen, anime movies have always been a thing, right? But I think it's more possible now simply because, we're just seeing more anime adapt final arcs into films. We saw Haikyuu, Chainsaw Man, which that wasn't a final arc, to be fair. We had Demon Slayer, and then we're having Dragon Ball Super, which did not adapt. Well, it got movies. Well, it got a movie, and then it ended up getting adapted into the manga. So that was kind of the reverse. But what I'm more so saying is, a lot of these studios have no issue making animes. I'm not anime. Oh my God, get yourself together. I'm sorry about that, guys. We see studios have no issues, making movie adaptations of manga content, right? Now, I think that it is very possible that we could get 2 movies adapting the final arcs, the Inheritance Ceremony arc and the Curse of the Rainbow arc. I think it makes a lot of sense, give it that extra budget and, give it a little bit more popularity-wise, because movies tend to be marketed more than, a typical season of anime. Also, I think they could probably make a lot more money on this, because anime movies budgets usually are not big at all compared to what they make. They usually almost always make profits on on those projects based on what I've seen. So I actually think movies is for sure a possibility that I could see, and I would not be mad at it if they treated those projects correctly. Obviously, they would probably be a bit bigger movies, but I'm down for it. Or maybe they split it into 4 films. That would be kind of interesting. But yeah. And then the last option and the worst option is probably, they end up doing this. They end up making it a series of reanimated episodes where it's just a collection of the series' most iconic moments thus far. I think this would be the worst case scenario simply because, I mean, like seeing the best moments of the series reanimated would not really do much. Like, I mean, I guess it would be cool, but it's like, I guess I could just buy the Blu-ray. Like, if I really want to see this anime look that much better. And also, it's like, I feel like you might as well put your time into like something more than that. Like, I would, instead of animating those, I would just say like make a game or like actually remake the anime, you know. Which going into straight into our next project, or my next thought is, it could just be a straight up Thousand Year Blood War style adaptation of the final two manga arcs. That is what I am hoping for, is they are going to go back and adapt the last two arcs of Hitman Reborn. That would be the best case scenario in my opinion, because we know it's not going to be a full remake. They never said it's not going to remake, or they never said they're not going to go back and finish what they started. Like, they never said that, because if you know, the anime did not finish the manga. So, yeah, no, I think that would personally be the best case scenario, because that, once again, it would bring more interest. The series does need, you know, better animation all across the board, in my opinion. But I think if we can't get it all, at least give us those last two arcs that we've been waiting for. And yeah, that's really it. I think one thing I'll say too is, I think this would be the perfect time to go ahead and reprint that manga, because then what you can do, you know, you're reprinting the manga and then you're having the anime run alongside it, and then, you know, maybe, you know, more people, as they're reading them, watching the anime, they go ahead and buy the manga to speed up the process. Or it could have the reverse effect, where a lot of people end up watching a series and falling in love with it, and then they go back and buy the manga. So I think that is also a possibility as well. And yeah, man. Another thing I want to say, give us a Hitman Reborn game. Another one. But that's really all I have to say as for what I think the next Hitman Reborn animated project is going to be. I'm very excited for this, you know, as long as it's not an OVA or just a couple of like reanimated episodes, I'm cool. But, you know, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Reborn out.